Conor, a very big welcome to Aston Villa. How pleased are you to finally be here?
Yeah, I'm over the moon. To finally get it done and dusted and over the line. It's been dragging on for a few weeks now, and I've had to be patient for it to get done. But today was the day that it got done, and I'm absolutely over the moon.
And what attracted you to join and to come here?
Well, Aston Villa, it's one of the biggest clubs in England. Playing home games at Villa Park, Steve Bruce. Fantastic facilities, great players. Have played here before. Some very good players here at the minute, and with the size of the club and where it wants to go, it was a no-brainer for me.
And you've touched on that there, but you said at the weekend, when a manager like Steve Bruce is looking at you, it does turn your head a little bit. He was at Sunderland when you were, but can you tell us how much of a deciding factor the chance to work under him was?
Yeah, Steve Bruce is a big name in the game. He was at Sunderland when I was there. I was a youth team player at the time. Never had too much kind of relationship with him because I was a youth team player, and I moved on not so long after he joined the club. So when he came back and he said to me how well I'd done to earn a move like this to Aston Villa. It was a big factor in me wanting to come here without a doubt.
And what is it about him that makes him so successful and so popular with players? Because no one says a bad word about him, really.
No, he's just your normal guy who's had a fantastic career, and now he's gone on to have a very good management career as well. I've spoke to players who have worked under him, and they all speak very, very highly of him. So, like I said, what I said on Saturday when Steve Bruce comes calling, it does turn your head a bit, and I'm just delighted to be here.
And of course, James Breeze also joined us from Barnsley. How pleased are you to see him here too?
Yeah, it's great to have someone to bed you in, I suppose. He's been here a few days before me, which I was jealous about because I wanted to get here as quick as possible. But it's good to have someone on your team previous that is here, so it helps kind of the bedding in stage.
And just thinking about your career to date, you were part of Sunderland's academy and played alongside the likes of Jordan Henderson and Jack Colback. You moved to Ipswich and then to Plymouth Argyle. How vital was that regular men's football experience in the Football League, say, especially with Plymouth, in helping you become the player you are today?
Yeah, it was massive. It was really, really big. I left Ipswich and my only opportunity was to go to Plymouth. I was lucky enough they gave me an opportunity. They were struggling at the time for players and money and whatnot, so it was the only opportunity I had to play first team football, and it really, really worked out for me. Had to go from a boy to a man very quickly. It was a case of sink or swim for me, really, so it worked out for me, and I've kept climbing, and now I find myself at Aston Villa.
And of course, you really thrived at Barnsley and had a remarkable 2016, reaching and winning the Johnstone's Paint Trophy final, winning promotion from League One as the captain.
Yeah.
I know you've previously spoken of your pride at being at Oakwell. I know you said John Stones' England shirts up on the wall, etc., which is fantastic. But how grateful are you to them as a club for their part in helping you develop?
Yeah, massive. They've been fantastic for me. They bought me from Plymouth 2.5 years ago now. And I never thought the 2.5 years would go so well. I grew as a player. Hickey, the manager, wasn't the manager at the time. He was the reserve team coach when I first joined. He did individual sessions with me, even when he was the reserve team manager. So the club as a whole, Patrick Ryan and everyone has given me a fantastic platform to work under. And I grabbed it with both hands. Like I said, it's been a fantastic 2.5 years that I had there.
You scored a fabulous free kick in Barnsley's win over Leeds on Saturday. Was it nice to be able to leave on a high? Yeah,
it was fantastic. Leeds are obviously very local rivals, derby game, full house. It was a fantastic atmosphere. Obviously, there was a lot of things going on with myself regarding the Aston Villa move and other clubs. But it was for me, it was a perfect send-off. I wanted to go out on a high. I knew that would probably have been my last game. Going into the game, so I really wanted to put in a good performance for the fans, and just give them one more last kind of send off to say thank you for what they've done for me over the last 2.5 years.
And of course, your stats are absolutely outstanding this season. But what can the Villa fans expect from you as a player?
I feel like I'm an all-round midfielder. I like to stop attacks, start attacks, and get in the box and score goals. I always like to chip in with goals, assists. So. Hopefully that will continue at Aston Villa. There should be no reason why not. I'm going to be playing with better players now, bigger arena. So I just can't wait to embrace it and just hit the ground running.
5,000 Villa fans made the trip to Oakwell back in September in a game that you played in. A really well contested championship game. What do you remember about the atmosphere that night?
It was fantastic. You know, that's actually one game that stuck in my mind. You know, Aston Villa coming to Barnsley in the championship. Such a big club like Aston Villa shouldn't be in the championship anyway. You know, and for them to have 5,000 fans on a cold Tuesday night. You know, it was, and they made fantastic noise as well. You know, so that stuck in my head. You know, when Aston Villa came calling, I thought there's going to be a lot of away fans, a lot of home fans at every game. You know, I just can't wait to play in front of them, home and away. You know, and hopefully it will be a successful relationship.
And at this moment in time, we've got a number of young players coming through. We've seen Andre Green and Keenan Davis in some of the recent matchday squads. Do you feel your own experience and journey of developing as a player can help them?
Yeah, definitely. You know, I've had a tough journey. You know, I'm not one of the luxury players who, you know, have started off in the Premiership, stayed in the Premiership, and, you know, come to a club like Aston Villa. I've had to do it the hard way. You know, and I'm looking forward to the challenge ahead here as well. So I think it will serve me well, and you know, if I can rub off on some of the young lads that are on the way up as well, that will be fantastic.
Now, Sunderland were in the Premier League when you were breaking through there. You've worked your way back up the leagues to the Championship. What would you say your goals are for the rest of the season and beyond with Villa?
Yeah, it's just to continue the way I've been playing for Barnsley, you know, but it's just going to be on a bigger scale now in front of more fans, and in front of, you know, with bigger players. You know, my confidence is high. You know, I just work hard day in, day out, and hopefully the way I've been playing will continue. And for Villa, I'm hoping, you know, that we get on a run and try and get in the playoffs. Ultimately, that's where Villa should be. You know, so until it's impossible not to get in there, that's what I'll be fighting for every single day, to try and get in the playoffs. And you never know, you know, if you go in there with a bit of momentum, that's what we did last year with Barnsley. You never know what can happen.
Yeah, because you went on that incredible run, didn't you, at Barnsley, with 12 wins out of 15 games between December and March. Amazing, really. And as you say, you get that momentum, and all of a sudden the complexion can change. Exactly,
without doubt. You know, we had that fantastic run last year, and I knew going into the playoffs that we'd really have a chance, because we were going with so much confidence on such a back of a good run. You know, I knew that we'd definitely be in with a shout of winning the playoffs. You know, so I feel I can get a similar kind of run going. There's no reason why we can't end this season on a high.
And you personally, you were called up as part of Martin O'Neill's provisional squad for the Republic of Ireland for the qualifiers against Georgia and Moldova. Is the aim now to push on and try to become a regular at international level? Yeah, without doubt.
You know, it would have been tough for me to get into a matchday squad and get a cap when I was at Barnsley. I know we were doing well, obviously, and Martin had been in contact to say things were going great. You know, but I think, you know, if I keep performing the way I have been on a platform like Aston Villa, you know, I will get in there. That is a goal of mine. And that was one of the factors for leaving Barnsley and coming to a club like Aston Villa.
And Saturday's postponement means you've now got a bit of time to work with the manager, the coaches and the players, and get to grips with your new surrounding before our next game at Brentford next Tuesday. Are you looking forward to just getting started now and getting to work?
Yeah, the last couple of days have been frustrating. It's been dragging on and on. You know, I've been pecking everyone's head going, when is it done, when is it done, you know. But this morning, obviously, I got the all clear, the green light to crack on. And I just can't wait to get going. You know, I'm excited by the challenge, you know, to prove myself at this level now. You know, I've proved myself at all levels. Now I have to prove myself at a club like Aston Villa. So, you know, I just can't wait to get going. I'm really excited by it.
And just finally, you've never played at Villa Park.
No.
So how much are you looking forward to that particular experience?
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. You know, it's an iconic stadium in England. You know, one of the biggest stadiums that attracts, you know, and fantastic players have played there. You know, I remember when Villa Park was used as a neutral ground for the FA Cup. You know, I used to be a Manchester United supporter, so I remember that iconic game where Ryan Giggs scored that goal running the pitch. So, you know, to be able to call Villa Park your home and where you're going to play every Saturday is going to be special.